Back at it again with my dry fire. So I'm using a Ben Stoeger magnet for my mag. Obviously, if you don't have that, that's fine. Just kind of giving you some of the equipment that I have. I'm using my M17, and in my mag I have a fake follower so that it doesn't lock back to the rear. In this case, it doesn't really matter if it locks back to the rear. But what I'm doing is I put a par time of 1.5 seconds on there, and then I have a delay of 3 seconds, and then a random up to, I think, 6 seconds. So what I'm doing is locking my action to the rear, okay? And I'm on target, and I'm really focusing on the beep, coming down, looking at the magazine well, and then grabbing this magazine and inserting it, and then getting back up within that 1.5 seconds. Granted, I'm not dropping a mag or anything like that. That might be the next step. But what I'm really focusing on is just it locks back to the rear like it would if you were doing USPSA or IDPA or something like that. You know, it's going to lock back to the rear. You're going to have to come in here, look at the magazine well. Now, there's some different schools of thoughts. One is that you're looking at the target or the threat, let's say, and then you're just using your periphery to insert the magazine. Now, that's the way I've been taught for a long time because of the threat. You want to know where the threat's going. However, I don't think that's, I mean, techniques are like assholes, but I really think that looking at the magazine, getting the gun up, even in a self-defense or a tactical situation, is better than keeping your eyes on the target. It takes more time for you to do two things at once, and what I mean by that is looking at the threat and also inserting the magazine, versus looking where your magazine is going, inserting it, and then getting back up on target. I think it's better that way. It goes beep, I come in, I'm going to look at my magazine. Well, I'm going to grab this magazine at the same time, insert, and as soon as I slam it, I'm using the slide release or the slide lock lever, if that's what you want to call it, fine by me. It's technically called a slide lock lever, but it also releases the slide, so whatever. So as soon as I hear that, I'm pushing down on the slide lock lever so that it releases the slide and allows it to go forward, and then getting back up on target. That's the standard. 1.5 seconds just to do that, okay? So the delay starts now. And I got it on a rotation, so get set back up. Ooh, horrible grip, but I still maintain the goal. I've noticed that I do a lot of extra movement when I'm doing that, right? I'm really focused on that. So really, all I really want to do is move my arms, not my body. So I've noticed that in my dry fire. Let's see if I can do it without kind of dipping and doing all this other stuff. So you guys watch and see what I do here. That seemed pretty good. I'll have to watch the video later. Wasn't a lot of extra movement. Oh, I didn't make that one. Try one more time. Didn't hit that button. Anyway, that's the drill. The next step would be to drop the magazine, an empty magazine, of course. Ooh, it's close. Close. It was ugly, but I made it happen. That was good. Anyway, so that's the drill. Start off with one thing and add another thing and then add another thing. Hey, if you like that video, like, subscribe, share, do all that shit, man. You know what the fucking deal is. But anyway, look, I won this on our Tactical Hive community. So Miles over there at Tactical Hive, he puts on a couple of challenges a month, or a challenge a month rather. And you're able to win cool shit, right? So I won this. I won a stiletto flashlight from Surefire. And you can too, but you have to be part of the community. So check out the link below. Also, if you're interested in my other links, I have a Mantis link, which I highly suggest you get, like the Titan X or the Mantis X2, X3, or X10, depending on your preference of what you're wanting to do. I also have an AOR link that's Attorneys on a Retainer, which I highly suggest you look into for your self-defense coverage after your self-defense incident, okay? So with that one, if you get charged with a felony, you get 4 lawyers at your court hearing, not just one. That's a pretty big deal. So check that out. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me. If I don't know the answer or if I'm not completely sure on the answer, I will reach out to the AOR people that can answer it, and then I will get back to you. But either way, my affiliate links are below. Check them out, and we'll talk to you later.